Good evening, football fans, and welcome to The Rock as we get ready here for our player showcase tonight. As we're going to start off, and I'm excited about tonight. Joining me here from the Flyway Focus, I've got Jordan King. Jordan, thanks for joining us. I know you're under the weather. I'm really excited about the fact that we got 5 teams joining us tonight.
We're going to power through. Most exciting time of the year. Every team has hit the postseason. Every sport has hit the postseason. It's a little unique in that way. Basketball's a little staggered in the winter. You obviously have wrestling in there. So the fall season is the only season where everyone hits the postseason at the same time. Busy time of year, but this is why we do it. So looking forward to tonight with 5 really impressive football programs and a lot of talent.
We're going to step aside here. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors, and then we'll be back. You can see we're already got some young men from Laconia joining us here, and we'll talk about our protocols as we get ready here. You're listening to Jeff's Hour here on Jeff's live stream. Thanks to the crowd that's joining us as well, and I hope that they're able to find that this will be entertaining as well. We'll be back after these messages here on Jeff's live stream.
Ready to update your flooring? Luxury vinyl plank, the beautiful look of hardwood with the resilience and low maintenance of vinyl. Laminate flooring that combines elegance and practicality, or transform your home with the warmth and comfort of carpet. Check out our premium hardwood flooring. Consider tile for both indoor and outdoor spaces, offering water resistance and easy maintenance. The team at Werner Harmsen is here to help. Whether you're looking for design advice, product information, or support with your project, we're just a message away. Werner Harmsen, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social media.
Whether you enjoy the sunshine of summer with boating, jet skiing, UTV riding, hunting, or camping, the leaves falling in autumn, mowing lawn, gardening, or getting to that perfect nature walk, enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall, snowmobiling, traveling, or just driving up and down your driveway, enjoy every day worry-free. Call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346-OUR-TIRE.
Born from a single project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. The cold storage industry is experiencing high demand and low capacity. WDS is building goodwill from the ground up through customized solutions. WDS is committed to outservice the competition and overdeliver for customers. A client-driven experience without question. Today, we're driven to be better in order to build better.
Oh, that's good.
Welcome back here to the Players Showcase at the Rock in Waupun. I'll just get it started here. We'll have Jordan start here, ask some questions, and then I'll come back with some of mine.
Yeah, we'll go down the line here. Owen Leonard next to me. Owen, offensive and defensive line this year. Colton Hagner. I always get that mixed up. Colton Hagner, leading tackler in the Flyway Conference this year, also ran the ball tremendously well. Luke Weber right next to him, and then the second leading rusher in the Flyway Conference, Jack Renz, down there right next to Justin. And we'll start with Jack. Jack, 1,000-yard season. It didn't look that way with about a couple of games to go. Rip off 2 200-yard games, 234 yards against Omro, and then just a tick over the 200-yard mark against North Fond du Lac. What can you say about the final couple of games of the season as you and Owen, a couple of juniors on this team, kind of look forward to next year and trying to build some momentum? What can you say about those final 2 games?
Yeah, I felt good. Having a good line up front, Owen really is a big part of that. Got it done in the last couple of games, and we really started to play a lot better towards the end of the season.
And Owen, I'm going to ask you a similar question. You get to return for this program. What did it mean to you to get to play both sides of the ball? I know Coach had said you wanted to do that last year already, and just some injuries you had to battle through. And this year you got to do that. And just talk about the experience of the year and looking forward to a lot of talent coming back for you guys coming back next year.
It was definitely a lot of fun. Last year I couldn't obviously play both sides. I just had a lot of knee problems, and this year too. I mean, I was out for, I think it was about 4 games, just with my knees. I mean, at one point I was getting x-rays done at halftime against Springs just because we thought something was broken. Nothing came back too bad, and I was told I might not play the rest of the season, but I managed to come back the last 2 games, and I mean, I finished out how exactly I wanted to. I was having a lot of fun. I've been working in the off season in the gym so I can get big and compete out there, and I mean, I just did just that. I blocked great. I was getting tackled for losses in the backfield, and I mean, it's just fun when you're playing good.
You know, Colton, as I mentioned, the leading tackler in the conference, but you also got to tote the rock a little bit this year. First of all, you get to lead block as well for Jack, and one of the better lead blockers in the conference, I would say. But when you get the football, that's got to be a lot of fun, really exciting to go out there and hit someone. I know you're not a run around guy. You're run through them and punishing runner, right?
Yeah, for fullback, you normally run through people, but every now and then I got to bust one loose. It's a good time.
But getting to block for Jack and know that if you know the line's going to do its job, and if you meet someone in the hole, do your job. Jack's someone who can take it to the house from 80 yards out. Just talk about your approach to the fullback role.
Yeah, knowing that Jack can bust one loose is great. Just if I got to block my guy, and if I got one guy to beat, and Jack can do the rest, it's a great feeling.
Luke, as you look at this team, what did you see your guys' role as seniors on this team to be leaders for the program? And look, I know you guys had the toughest start to the Flyweight Conference schedule of any team that you possibly could have. The 3 teams that ended up winning the conference, Lamira, Springs, and Mayville, you guys started conference play with them. So it was almost impossible to kind of keep that momentum right from the non-conference. How are you guys kind of able to steady and right the ship for those final couple games of the season? You guys played really well against Campbellsport too.
Yeah, I mean, there's 17 seniors, so we had a big group, bigger than normal at Laconia. And, yeah, obviously we started off the season pretty rough, the conference season. But at the Campbellsport game, yeah, I mean, we played very well. Our coaches and our players agree that was probably our best game of the year. And that Campbellsport team, great team. I think they're a 6 seed in D4, so, I mean, they're a good team there. And then, obviously, against Amro and North Fond du Lac, 2 of the weaker teams in the conference, we got the job done. But, yeah, I mean, we knew that after the Campbellsport game, we knew that all we were playing for was just the rest of the season, so we did as best we could.
All right, I'll send it down. I'll go with Jack here. We always like to change things up, get off the football questions. So I'm going to ask you what yours or one of your teammates' weirdest superstitions is.
I don't even know about that one. I don't have any idea of any odd superstitions on our team.
Any of you guys want to jump in with that? Any of you guys got some superstitions?
Not really, but I know Simeon Ford came from St. Mary Springs, and he brought, like, we started to pray before every game, which we didn't do last year, so I'm assuming he brought that with him from Springs.
That's kind of cool. I mean, obviously it's a public school, so that's not as big of a thing, but we'll go down to Hagner. What's your plans for after high school?
Planning to go to college for baseball, either local or nationwide.
Luke, how about you?
Well, my goal is to go to UW-Madison. Decisions come out November 1st, but if I can't go there, then I'll go to Milwaukee. But
Obviously, I know you're a wrestler as well. I mean, you guys primed up for wrestling season coming up now?
Close as we can. I mean, yeah, I made it to state last year and hoping I can repeat, but we start the 11th, and I got some weight to lose.
We'll go down to Owen. What's your favorite pregame meal?
Favorite pregame meal?
anything.
Okay. Usually I'd stop at Blumke's and get their subs there. Those are always gas. Usually an energy drink too to get me going. But those subs they got at Blumke's are wonderful.
No ice cream from Blumke's?
No.
Let's see, what else do I got on here? Ooh, I like this one. So Luke or Hagner can answer this one. What advice would you have for younger players to, like, in the future? So you're freshmen, or what you would go back and change now?
The weight room. Get in the gym, because we were definitely not strong enough compared to the teams like Mayville or Springs in our conference, and it shows on the field. So the weight room is the biggest part, especially in a league like ours.
Yeah, Mayville's got a good culture. They've been in the weight room ever since we were young, so they've been in powerhouse.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing, is obviously that's a weight room. And then we'll go down the line. Favorite subject in school?
I would probably go with history for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a history guy too. That's my favorite.
I'd say history or math.
Yeah, I'm a math guy.
Jordan, how about you?
Well, yeah, I didn't have a favorite in school. That's why I'm up here doing this. We'll go back to a football question for you guys. In the off season and in the preseason, I thought it was fascinating, and I know you guys had some long snapper issues over the course of the year. You had a rotating door at holder there for a while as well. But Ethan really didn't get the chance to kind of show how good he could potentially be. I know, statistically he goes 1 for 3 on the year, but he made a 56-yarder that got called back for a penalty. A couple of those, one of those misses for sure was a snap that went rolling back, and he had no chance to get it off. So this is for any of you. Someone around the conference said he's got quite the social media channel going, kicking 60-plus yard field goals. How good is he? And what's the furthest that you guys have seen him kick?
He's got a hell of a leg. I know in practice, every time we get a chance, we just push it as far as we can, and it becomes a competition. But he's a damn good kicker.
60-plus?
With the wind at his
the
back.
wind.
With the wind at his
with the
back.
wind
Okay.
at his back.
Okay.
It's a lot. I mean, you get a breeze going against you, it's a lot harder. But I mean, yeah, in the Lamar game, I think it was. Yeah, he had a 56-yarder.
Impressive. Are all of you guys multi-sport athletes?
Yeah.
Yep.
I asked the volleyball players this last week, and Owen, I know do a heck of a job as a thrower for the track and field team. How important is it in a smaller school, right, like Laconia, where to step up and play multiple sports in an age of specialization, right, where football players should just play football, or if you're a baseball player, you just play baseball and you go on all these travel tournaments. How important is it for you guys? Do you feel like it is to play multiple sports and represent your school?
I just think it's really important staying active and stuff. I mean, if you're only focusing on a single sport, sure, you're going to work on it in the off season all the time because you're only focused on one. But I mean, coming out of throwing has helped me, use my hips more often, and hips play a huge role in blocking on the football field. And I also play basketball, and basketball, again, footwork, you're building up your speed, you're building up your stamina, and for me, it's just way more disciplined than I could ever be working out on my own. That's what I really love about it. We got great coaches at Laconia. They keep you busy and make sure you're doing everything right.
Anyone else want to add anything? Jack, I know you're a 3-sport athlete, right?
Yeah, you got to be playing other sports as much as possible. It gets you ready for other seasons that you're competing in, and obviously lifting weights too. That's a big part.
By the way, as long as we're talking about other sports, I just want a good memory. I want to call back to the spring when Jack hit one of the absolute longest home runs I've ever seen in my life against WLA in that game that ended up getting played over the course of 2 days. I don't know how far it ended up flying. I'm just we'll just call it 500 feet and be done with it there. Yeah, it's tremendous from you guys. Justin?
I got one more question for Colton. To lead a conference like the Flyway Conference in tackles, I mean, that's impressive. I mean, the one thing I will say is, I mean, you have 3 top-of-the-line fantastic teams that shared it, and as Jordan said, you guys played them right away in the season, which is tough. But to lead a team like Laconia and the entire conference in tackles, how's that feel for you?
Pretty good. Like you said, we got a tough conference. We got 3 teams that could win state at different divisions. But at the beginning of the year, I had a goal that push 100-some tackles, so I try to meet that.
I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, Jordan, I know we talked about it previously. I mean, there was not another person that broke 100 tackles in the Flyway this year.
No one else broke 100 tackles, and a lot of guys stack up a lot of assist tackles where they're just in the middle of 8 different guys bringing down a ball carrier, which you get a lot of in the Flyway because you run the football a lot. Colton had 71 solo tackles. The next closest was 50 from Frankie Wiedmeyer from WLA, and that's in the secondary where you pretty much only get solo tackles. So, yeah, impressive. 71 tackles, solo tackles is a mark to be proud of for sure. Also, 8 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, forced fumble. The list goes on and on. So,
plus he's rushing for over 320 yards. I mean, come on.
What can he do?
I do have one more. I really wish I could ask the kicker question because I was a kicker. I mean, it's fine, but having a kicker that you know is going to make, I mean, almost every extra point, he missed one this entire year. Does that it takes a lot of pressure off the offense, I think. I mean, you guys, one of you can answer that, but it's just a truthful opinion.
Yeah, and I think his kicking is phenomenal, but not just that, just the punting as well.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you get stuck back inside your own 20, and then you know you have a punter that can get it to inside the other 20, that's very helpful, and it's a relief to have.
All right, Jeff, I know you got a mic. Does anybody in the audience, all Laconia parents, have any questions? No?
No questions? Ooh, I know that's a little hot, isn't it? Does it come across as hot, though, Justin?
It sure does.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I want to thank each one of these gentlemen for taking the time out and coming up here. I hope that you've enjoyed your time playing sports, and if you're a junior, that we're hoping that we're going to continue this, and we look forward to having you guys come and continue to share about your community, because I do know this, Laconia, the Rosendale, Brandon area loves their schools, and they definitely have shown a ton of support. So I don't know if you guys have any shout outs that you'd like to give quick before we wrap this up.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. Thank you.
All right,
We'll be back after these messages.
And discover the ease of your next home renovation. At Werner Harmsen, we offer a wide variety of furniture to suit any style and budget. Our selection includes sofas, chairs, tables, and more from classic to contemporary. Our pieces are crafted from high-quality materials. Looking for a statement piece or something more understated? We have something for everyone. The team at Werner Harmsen is here to help. Whether you're looking for design advice, product information, or support with your project, we're just a message away. Stop in and say hi at 116 East Main or call at 920-324-5091 or check us out on social media. King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion. PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that.
Look or creating a spa-like retreat in your bathroom, we're here to turn your vision into reality. Visit us today to start planning your perfect kitchen and bath remodel. Werner Harmsen, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social.
Welcome back here to the player and team showcase here for football, as we're having an opportunity here to share within our community. We've had some great athletic programs coming through this past fall, and I wanted to take this opportunity. We did this a couple of times when I was working with Radio Plus. We did it for the basketball teams, and I felt that I thought all of the sports deserve to have something like this. So I'm glad that we've had this opportunity here. Joining me now is the head coach for the Oakfield Oaks 8-man football program, Coach Corey Rickards. Coach, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us here. Appreciate that.
Got to turn you up a little bit, so you got to keep talking. So,
All right.
Coach, talk to me a little bit about, first of all, talk to me about 8-man football. Have you been coaching the program since inception?
I was an assistant on the team when we started 12 years ago. I became the head coach 2 years later, so been head coach for 10 years.
So talk to me about the importance that football in general, but the 8-man, because of it, has how that has impacted your school.
Oh, it saved our program. When we decided to go in, we had 13 guys playing in the conference, and it just wasn't going to happen. And it not just saved us, it created a winning culture. It created people or a desire to play, and we had our numbers have been really decent over the years because of it. It helps us in a lot of ways. The biggest thing for us is prior to the last couple of years, we need more linemen, and we didn't have a lot of those. So when you only need 3 on the offensive side, it makes it a little easier. And that's always been the basis of whether we stay or not. So.
Talk to me a little bit about your program. You have to be pretty excited about what you were able to put together today this year for your team. Because I'll tell you, I got to watch some games last year. Called a couple, and I think 2 years ago I may have called one. That was my first exposure to it, and I'm going, wow, this is a different type of football, but I kind of love it. And then you just expanded. I mean, you had great success last year. So talk to me about the success that you've had this year.
Well, we got great players, and it's just how it is. There's a culture that they take over, and they do things, and they make sure that the winning ways stay that way. There's certain things when you get to be my age, you've been doing it for a while. You're just an old man talking, but those guys, they take the reins, they take over, and they say how things have to be done. And we've been fortunate, been doing some good things over the last couple of years. So, but it's got to be all the credits to the team, to the boys.
So talk to me a little bit about what were you most proud of so far on the season. I've tried to make sure that I've said this over and over, and I don't know if I did it in the beginning here, but this is not a playoff preview show. This is about your community and your school and your team. So talk to me about so far what you've been most proud about for the boys that you've had on your football program.
They've shown a lot. We graduated some big leaders last year. So I'm proud of. We didn't know who was going to be the leaders, what was going to happen. We didn't know how good we were going to be, and they just kind of all gelled, stepped up, and came together, and just became a kind of solid team. It was just. I'm just proud of because there were a lot of unknowns and. They just made a lot more known, I mean, to be simple on that. So.
Talk to me about, you are the defensive coordinator, correct?
Yeah, correct, yeah.
So talk to me about 37-0, 52-0, 52-0, 43-14, 57-6. You and I have had several conversations, so I just want you to elaborate a little bit about what has your goal been as that defensive coordinator?
Well, we try to eliminate big plays. We had a pretty good year defensively, shutting people out, and it's got expensive on the pocketbook because I buy donuts every time that they do a shutout. But,
donuts for donuts.
Donuts for donuts. And no, it just we like flying around trying to make plays. My defense is simple. I try to make it fairly easy so they can just make plays. They tell me what they see, and we adjust to whatever's going on the field. And most of the time, I just let them be football players and fly around to see what happens. And they buy into what I tell them. They listen and they take to coaching, and it's a lot of fun when you don't give up many points.
And then again, so talk to me about your offense and your offense.
Someone throws for 1,300 yards, and then you have a running back who rushes for over 950. I mean, that's got to be impactful on your offense.
Oh goodness, yeah, that's definitely something. It doesn't happen very often. Even in A-Man, we've had a spectacular year with that. Our players are just I just can't stop telling you how good these guys are and how dynamic they are, and they just make coaching look easy.
Well, Coach, again, I want to thank you for taking the time here to talk about your team. I know the Oakfield community, I've loved coming over there. They've been fantastic. I know that you love what you do there and you love what the community provides you as well. Anything you'd like to share about that?
No, they've been fantastic. I have been treated nothing but the best. Our parents are phenomenal. I love being there, teaching there, coaching there. I've been treated the best. I can't say anything against any of them.
Head coach Corey Rickard here for the Oakfield Mighty Oaks, getting ready to hit the road and see if they can continue to extend their season. I really appreciate you taking the time. We're going to step aside here. We'll get a couple of ads in while we shuffle in and bring in some of the boys from the Oakfield Mighty Oaks. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here with Justin Schwartzmiller, and this has been Coach Corey Rickard. We'll be back.
PT Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service, serving central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today 920-346-TIRE. Ready to update your flooring? Luxury vinyl plank the beautiful look of hardwood with the resilience and low maintenance of vinyl, laminate flooring that combines elegance and practicality, or transform your home with the warmth and comfort of carpet. Check out our premium hardwood flooring. Consider tile for both indoor and outdoor spaces, offering water resistance and easy maintenance. The team at Werner Harmsen is here to help. Whether you're looking for design advice, product information, or support with your project, we're just a message away. Werner Harmsen, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social media.
Whether you enjoy the sunshine of summer with boating, jet skiing, UTV riding, hunting, or camping, the leaves falling in autumn, mowing lawn, gardening, or getting to that perfect nature walk, enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall, snowmobiling, traveling, or just driving up and down your driveway, enjoy every day worry-free. Call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Welcome back here to The Rock. Joining me now are some of the players from the Mighty Oaks. Gentlemen, I'm going to have you introduce yourselves real quick as we go ahead. So we'll start here with Mitchell.
I'm Mitchell Moser.
I'm Tyson Craig.
Lincoln Labs.
Brett Morrell.
So, gentlemen, thank you again for taking the time to come out here and talk a little bit about your program. So, Mitchell, talk to me specifically about the switch in positions this year and jumping in at quarterback and how that's gone so far.
Yeah, this is my first year being quarterback, and going into the season, I was a little nervous of how I would do, but the O-line does a great job. They protect me well, so it's a really easy adjustment. I got great wide receivers to throw to, great running back crew, so it just takes a lot of the pressure off me, and I can just have fun, enjoy the game.
And the last time you played quarterback?
Flag football in like 3rd grade.
Plays were just a little bit different?
Yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit there. So Tyson, talk to me about your how things have gone for you this season. I would say on Friday was the first time I really got to see you carry the ball quite a bit. So just talk to me about what your responsibilities have been as a teammate for the Mighty Oaks. Go ahead, try it. Justin. Yeah, go ahead, keep trying.
I just got to do my part on both sides of the ball and make sure that I get the gaps, open for our running back to run through them. And then on defense, just kind of got to control the quarterback, make sure he doesn't get outside the pocket.
So talk to me also about the success that the team has had. That's got to feel pretty good this year.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. The O-linemen, again, they've been doing a wonderful job, keeping us, well protected back there from Mitch. And, on defense, we've been, stopping everything that teams have had, and it's just been wonderful. been a joy.
Lincoln, share with me. You typically, the linemen don't get a lot of love out there, so talk to me a little bit about your hard work and how it's paid off. And even though your name doesn't get called very often, tell me what it means to you to see the prolific offense and the defense that you've had.
Yeah, that's just it. I don't really need a lot of, like credit. I know I do my job when, my boys do good. So their success is my success, and yeah, that's about it.
And you have done a fantastic job, again, on the offensive side. But talk to me about the defense.
Like you guys kind of point out the scores, we do our job, and, we just do our job, I guess. I don't know, there's not much to say. It's like, it's simple. It's the defense is simple, and it's effective,
So does Coach hound you when you give up too many yards?
I don't know. I don't really see that too much, I guess.
Let's hope it stays that way.
I'd say.
Bo, have a conversation with me. Bo, how tall are you?
Like 6'6", 6'7".
I was pretty close. I think I guessed 6'6", I think, on the last broadcast. That has to help as a wide receiver out there when you're playing. There's not too many 6'6" defensive backs.
No, not a lot, but, like Mitchell said, we got a good wide receiver core, so it's nice.
Talk to me a little bit about then, whoa. Turned up the wrong one. This one should stay down. There we go. All right. On the defensive side as well, what is your typical position there, Bo?
Defensive end.
And as the defensive end, what would you say is your primary responsibility? 6'6" defensive end would also be pretty impressive. So what are you thinking as your first reads as a defensive end?
Looking for the ball when he throws it short, just knocking it down, because you're able to reach it from there.
So when you put your hands up, are you almost 10 feet? Don't have quite that wingspan, but yeah, again, I've watched you guys play out there, and it's been very impressive from what I've seen. Brent, talk to me a little bit about your playing offensive line as well. Talk to me right now about your favorite memory this year.
I'd say going to beat Abundant Life right now. It's probably been my favorite memory. We've always had a little bit of a rivalry with them since we played them, and it was just fun to beat them and beat them pretty good this year. Our O-line's been doing great, and it's helpful and helped us beat Abundant Life pretty good.
And you did, on here, you actually didn't say this year with Abundant Life. What was your biggest memory?
Beating them, I think, 3 years in a row so far has been one of my favorite things to do. It's always fun playing Abundant Life. They give us a good challenge, and it's just fun to do.
Talk to me a little bit about the conference as well, because there are some pretty decent teams, but this year you just have been really dominant as a program.
Yeah, we've had a great year through the conference. I mean, obviously we didn't do too good in the conference championship, but playing the rest of the teams in the conference, we've had good luck, and our team has really showed that we have good potential, and our O-line, and if we give Mitchell time back there, we've shown that we can pass the ball, we can run the ball, and it's just been fun.
You said your dad's got this strange superstition. What's that?
From the start of the first game of the year, he doesn't shave till we lose. He won't shave his face, and it's been pretty bad lately, but he got to shave, so.
Maybe that's the reason why you wanted him to shave. So yeah. That was very nice of the rest of the team to accommodate you on that situation. Bo, what is the strangest team superstition? Who's got that honor on your team?
I'm about to go with Lincoln Lobs, sitting in the showers every time, pumping himself up, weirdly, kind of.
Pumping himself up. Lincoln, you got to clarify that further for us. What are you talking about by sitting in the dark in the showers?
Yeah, it's just, sometimes the main locker room gets a little crowded, and you just kind of want to go away and get your mind right for the game, and get yourself ready to go, and that's about it. It's just what I kind of found works, and look for a shower every time I go in the locker room, I guess.
Are you singing in there as well?
No, nope. Pretty quiet.
Is that a good thing that you're not singing?
Yeah.
Is that what your teammates would say as well?
I don't know. I'll have to ask them, I guess.
Tyson, talk to me about other sports that you also play, and then you heard the question asked before, what is the importance of playing multiple sports, do you think, as far as being an athlete?
So I play hockey as well, and it's just kind of nice, you know, because you're well conditioned year round, and you just have something to do all the time.
So I have to tell you, I was sitting out there going, I know a Tyson Craig. I've called a lot of games, and I never put 2 and 2 together because, wait, you're from Oakfield.
Yeah.
So I didn't put that together. So talk to me, where did you play your youth hockey?
Youth hockey, we played through Fond du Lac as well. It's
Okay.
just all one group there for youth, and then once it hits high school, it all just spreads out.
Did any of your other classmates think that it's strange that you play hockey coming from Oakfield?
I mean, a few of them, but not really. I mean,
It's a small enough school that they understand. So
yeah.
Tell me how some of the skills that you've got from your other sports have translated to your football career.
Definitely the footwork, because you know, hockey, we got like, you got to move your feet quick to get up the ice, and in football, you have to move your feet quick to get to your block and make that block perfect. So,
Mitchell, what's the advice that you have for some of the younger players who are preparing themselves, whether they're freshmen or whether they're even younger overall? What piece of advice would you like to give them so that they can emulate the success that you've had?
I just say enjoy it while you're out there. Embrace the moment. You're going to end up being knocked off the path a little bit. You're going to mess up, make mistakes, but it's about how you bounce back and just recover from that. Keep moving forward.
How important is it to you to have the teammates that you have this year?
It's been great. Just the awards and accolades are nice, but looking back, the thing I'm going to remember is building that brotherhood with these guys and sharing the field with them. So I'll always remember that.
Lincoln, what's your favorite pregame meal?
Definitely bananas, so I don't cramp.
Just bananas?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bo, how about you?
I'm going to go with Jack Links and Gatorade.
I saw that the Jack Links and Gatorade. The Gatorade I get. Talk to me about the Jack Links. Is that just one of your favorite things, or is there something special in the Jack Links that you have that helps you with that pregame meal?
Nothing really, just like eating it.
Brent, talk to us about what your plans are after you graduate from high school.
I'm going to Stevens Point to play football. Pretty excited about that, yeah.
And what are you planning to study? Have you decided that yet?
I want to be a physical education teacher.
Well, congratulations. I hope that everything works out. Let's go down the line real quick and give some shout-outs. If there's, Bo, any shout-outs you'd like to give out there?
No, I'm going to go with Prelude Dairy Farm.
Tell me about that. I saw that. So talk to me about that.
It's a farm that my parents own.
Okay. All right. Lincoln, shout-outs.
Just my parents, you know, they're there for me every game, and they give me, you know, the most support out of everybody, so can't appreciate that enough.
Excellent, thanks. Tyson.
Yeah, I was gonna say my parents, because you know when I couldn't drive, they'd drive me everywhere to practices, games, all over the place.
Absolutely amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mitchell, how about you?
Shout out my parents. They're here right now. They're always supporting me, and big shout out to my grandma.
And your plans after school?
I'm deciding between either Whitewater or Stevens Point.
Tyson?
I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go to college, but I want to go to college.
Okay. Lincoln?
I'm not sure yet, but it's going to be something in either agricultural field or in the welding.
All right. And did I ask you already, Bo? I don't think so. What are your plans?
Be a farmer.
Yeah, well, we got to have them, right? We can't be successful without those. So I grew up on a farm as well. So, gentlemen, I really appreciate you taking the time to join us here. Is there anybody that has a question out in the audience? We can get one of these mics out there if somebody have a question for any of these young men up here. No? All right. Well, thanks again. Good luck as you continue to move forward. It's been a pleasure watching you guys play so far, and I'm looking forward to your contest on Friday. This has been the young men here from Oakfield, the Mighty Oaks, here on the football player team and showcase here at The Rock. This is Jeff Sauer. We'll be back after these messages here on Jeff's live stream.
Born from a single project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. The cold storage industry is experiencing high demand and low capacity. WDS is building goodwill from the ground up through customized solutions. WDS is committed to outservice the competition and overdeliver for customers. A client-driven experience without question. Today, we're driven to be better in order to build better.
Come visit us today and discover the ease of your next home renovation. At Werner Harmsen, we offer a wide variety of furniture to suit any style and budget. Our selection includes sofas, chairs, tables, and more from classic to contemporary. Our pieces are crafted from high-quality materials. Looking for a statement piece or something more understated? We have something for everyone. The team at Werner Harmsen is here to help. Whether you're looking for design advice, product information, or support with your project, we're just a message away. Stop in and say hi at 116 East Main or call at 920-324-5091 or check us out on social media. King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion. PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Welcome back here to the showcase for the football teams here, the players, and for the, I got to change, there we go. I had an echo bouncing around there, so my apologies for that. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Joining me now is the head coach for the Randolph Rockets, Coach Tom Chase. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
Talk to me a little bit about your program. There's a lot of people who don't know about Randolph football, but just talk to me about how things have turned out so far over the last couple of seasons.
Well, we have a great bunch of youth coaches that really help feed into the high school program. This is my 6th year at Randolph. It's been just a joy. The community is really backing us, which has been phenomenal. So, we've had a couple pretty good teams. This year's team are still going, so hopefully we can see what happens here in the next couple of weeks. So.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about this season. Great games. You start off with pretty heavy duty teams that you're playing against here, and you weren't really blown out, but then tell me how that helps you lead into your season.
It's good because it gives us ready for that competition that we're going to see. Obviously, when we get in some of the teams, normally each year we find some of the teams in our conference are ranked in the top 10. So, we played Cambria Friesen. They were ranked 8th, and we beat them. This last week, Johnson Creek was ranked 7th, and it was down to the last play where they beat us with a field goal for the conference championship. So, that playing those early games against good teams really helps us set the pace for the rest of the season.
Talk to me about some of the players that you have on your team on the offensive side and on the defensive side. Let's start with the offense. Some of your players that you've got.
Well, we got a couple of them sitting over here. Nick Miedema has done a great job. Very unselfish player as a receiver for us. One of the top receivers in the conference. Does a really good job for us. Eli Herpel, Xander Padilla are part of just a really good offensive line that really have gelled together. Really nice. And then we have Ashton Fua and Levi Wiersma that both are in our backfield, and they have been very unselfish too as we put them in a couple different roles this year to make our team better. And I have to also mention junior Ben Paul, which he has really had a great year for us this year. Moved from fullback to quarterback this year just because I needed to get him some more touches. And he's a dynamic player as well. So, and we have a lot of other good players. You know, we got Levi Cook and Jared Viwalda, a couple other people out there as well. You know, Tyler Bard does a nice job on the offensive line for us too. So try to keep things simple for the guys so we can go out and play fast, and that's what we want to do.
And you did say before, I mean, your conference does have some heavy-duty football teams. Yeah, Oshkosh Lords was a team that I know I was there covering, and you guys beat them, and it seemed like it was a great celebration on your home turf. So talk a little bit more about beating some of those teams. You talked about Cambria already, but you had Oshkosh Lords. I didn't get a chance to go to Creek, but 43-42 was the final. I mean, Johnson Creek is one of those powerhouses in the conference as well. So just talk a little bit about that competition.
Well, it's, you know, Kevin does a great job at Lourdes, and he's always going to have his team ready, and they have obviously a very good quarterback, and he builds around them. They play really good defense as well for the most part. So anytime you can play well against them and come out with a victory, that's a big deal for us, you know. And unfortunately for us this last week, like I said, we led the whole game, the entire game until the last play when they kicked the 35-yard field goal to beat us in that respect. So, and Johnson Creek's got a really good outfit as well there. So, you know, if you can hang with those teams and have a chance to beat them in the end, you know, fortunately for us in Cambria and Lourdes, we're able to do that. And against Johnson Creek, obviously they bit us a little bit at the end there. But to make a long story short, we've got some good competition in our conference.
Talk to me about on your defensive side. I was impressed a couple of times. I can't remember which game it was. There was a drive that was going down the field, if I remember correctly, and I thought, oh my gosh, I think it was a drive to actually take the lead, and I believe it was inside the 10-yard line. One of their players just reaches up, strips the ball out of the running back's hands, and takes off. So talk to me about the grittiness of your defense.
Well, it first starts with Coach Hepp. Coach Hepp does a great job putting things together. He puts a lot of time in behind the scenes. And our kids have bought into what he's brought in. Coach has been with us for 2 years now. He also does some things at Ripon College. So, you know, we want to play fast on defense. Whatever front we give you, we want to play fast. Linebackers are getting downhill. We have several coverages that we put in behind. So whether we're in quarters or what we would call triangle or different types of coverages that we have to disguise a few things, do that well. And we practice hard, and our kids tackle pretty well for the most part. And so we don't do a lot of banging during the week because we need to have them with the smaller numbers that we have, obviously, in our program so that we have everybody at least hopefully healthy on Friday night.
Well, I've been very impressed, Coach. And I think the most impressed piece of information that I have, and a lot of people don't know this, but you, as the head coach, are teaching in Waiawega Fremont.
Yes.
And you're driving every day from Waiawega to come down to Randolph. And you have talked to me about this before, and it's because of the community and the school and the players and the parents. So just touch a little bit about the Randolph schools and the Randolph community.
Yeah, you know, when I first took the job 6 years ago, it's about an hour and 5-minute drive from my house to get there. And you know, I had coached at Waiawega for many years and went to Ripon College for 4 years as an assistant, and I wanted to become a head coach again, just kind of had that fever. And when the job came up, I applied for it, and immediately I got the feeling from the community, from the administration, you know, from the faculty that have been very supportive all the time for the last 6 years. They've been awesome. They've been wonderful. There's been so many wonderful people that I have met in Randolph. Unfortunately, about 2.5 years ago, I lost my wife. She passed away to cancer. And so I needed the Randolph football team more than they probably needed me. It was something that I could go to every day and be part of, and I could grieve in my own way at home, but I needed them, and I still do. And they've been so good for me. The players we've had in the last 6 years have been just phenomenal. The community is unbelievable. There's just support is just so overwhelming for a guy that's not in the community that drives her every day. They have been really, really supportive, and I've been so blessed to be able to do that.
And that's why I wanted to make sure we did something like this. This is why I wanted to make sure you guys had an opportunity to come and talk to us, because people don't know the stories if we don't get a chance to tell them. So thank you for being so open about telling us your story and how important the extracurriculars are in your life. And I know the passion that you have been able to pass on to your athletes. So thank you very much for taking the time to do so.
Thanks, and thanks for having us. It's just, like I said, I've been so blessed. We've got so many great kids, and they're just great to be around. It's just a fun time. And if football or athletics isn't fun, then we're missing the point.
Right.
It needs to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been the head coach here for the Randolph Rockets, Tom Chase, joining us here on the Prep Showcase. We're going to step aside. We're going to bring in several of his players to here and come and chat about their football season and their football career. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back after these messages here on Jeff's live stream.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we're with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead, building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you're looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Welcome to Werner Harmson's Kitchen and Bath, where your dream spaces come to life. Specializing in full remodels, custom cabinets, and exquisite countertops, we transform ordinary kitchens and bathrooms into extraordinary, functional masterpieces. Our expert team is dedicated to providing top-quality craftsmanship and personalized service, ensuring every detail reflects your unique style and needs. Whether you're updating your kitchen for a modern look or creating a spa-like retreat in your bathroom, we're here to turn your vision into reality. Visit us today to start planning your perfect kitchen and bath remodel. Werner Harmson, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social media. PT Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service, serving Central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today 920-346-TIRE. Ready to update your flooring? Luxury vinyl plank the beautiful look of hardwood with the resilience and low maintenance of vinyl, laminate flooring that combines elegance and practicality, or transform your home with the warmth and comfort of carpet. Check out our premium hardwood flooring. Consider tile for both indoor and outdoor spaces, offering water resistance and easy maintenance. The team at Werner Harmson is here to help. Whether you're looking for design advice, product information, or support with your project, we're just a message away. Werner Harmson, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social media.
Whether you enjoy the sunshine of summer with boating,
Speak up, I think.
What?
All right,
Hello?
Justin, we're back.
Yeah, we're going off speaker.
It's got to take the
Talk.
HDMI. Welcome back here. I'm going to just talk
Yeah, you're
to
gonna have
you
to
here
talk
for a little
right.
bit here so I can use
All
the
right.
microphone here. So, gentlemen, while I'm going to search for a chord, why don't you guys introduce yourselves, what position you play, and what year you are in school?
All right. I'm Levi Wiersma, and I'm a senior, and I play slot back and defensive tackle and defensive end.
I'm Ashton Fuller. I'm a senior. I play fullback, Sam, and safety.
I'm Xander Padilla. I play O-line, and I also play outside linebacker.
I'm Eli Herpel. I play center on the O-line and defensive tackle.
I'm Nick Miedema. I play wide receiver, defensive end, and punter.
Punter.
Good patience, everybody.
Yep. Oh, I'm very patient.
There, let's see it.
My goodness.
A little hot. Is that better now? You guys can hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Okay, gentlemen, so let's just go through again. I apologize that I missed names, but let's just talk about again your season so far. It's Nick, right?
No, I'm Levi.
Levi, sorry about that. Nick, you're on the end. Got it. I kind of look the same, but the mustache is a little bit better over here.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Is it the playoff mustache? We're not doing a playoff showcase. That's all right. Levi, just talk to me about your season so far this year and what it's meant for you to be playing with the group of guys that you have here.
You know, it means everything. I wouldn't switch my teammates out for anybody. You know, I pick these boys every single day, and you know, I love playing football. It's easily favorite thing to do. You know, look forward to practice every single day, and it means everything to be able to play with them.
I was just gonna go straight down the line. You'll have to introduce it again. I'm sorry.
Ashton.
Ashton?
Like he said, it's great playing with these guys. When we all have each other's back, it makes it easy, and they just goes by fast when we're with each other.
So how many years have you been in the program, Ashton?
4 years. All 4 years. Yep.
All 4 years. Any youth that you play together as a youth?
Yeah, I played 5th and 6th, and then I stopped playing 8th grade and came back my freshman year.
What made you come back?
Friends, they wanted me to play. I wanted to play with them, so decided to give it another try and been playing ever since.
That's one of the beauties, I think, of athletics. And because a couple of your friends said, come on back out and join us, you were able to jump in, and now you're able to enjoy the success with the entire program. So next down the line, is it Xander?
Yeah.
God, I'm getting there. So I remember interviewing you, Xander, a couple of times. But talk to me about your position on the line. How much responsibility do you feel for the success of your offense?
I mean, honestly, I feel like the guards and centers do more than I do because I just kind of down block. But, like, I'm in there somewhere. I don't feel like I have as big as a, like, influence on the play as this guy would. Because, you know, he's snapping the ball. He's got to get it there on time every time and not mess it up.
I like the unselfishness, but I can tell you by also watching your team play, your running backs do, and whoever's running the ball does a lot of cutbacks.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen if you're not washing down the line like you're supposed to, where you're coming out and picking up the linebackers and making sure that cutback lane is there. So I appreciate the fact that you're not tooting your own horn, but you should be tooting your own horn because you do a great job out there.
Thank you.
Of doing what you're supposed to. Eli, talk to me about your position. So we heard about you're the center. So talk to me about the responsibility that you feel to get that offense started.
I actually disagree with Xander. I like center because it's kind of easy. Other than snapping the ball, I gotta block the man in front of me for the most part. I snap the ball and then I get the guy that's right in front of me. And sometimes they got some big boys in there. I blocked a couple of big boys, had to just stalemate them, can't really move them out of there. But other than that, it's a simple job.
Talk to me about the communication between you guys as linemen. I mean, I think that's key. It's just not snap the ball and hit somebody in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I love my O-linemen. I'm friends with all of them.
We don't really communicate it. We kind of just know before the play.
We know our jobs. We go over it every day in practice. We run through basically all of our plays every day in practice. We know our jobs. We don't really have to communicate. Ball is snapped. You know who you're getting, where you're going.
Keeping it simple. Very good. Nick, talk to me now about your job out there. How tall are you?
Probably like 6'6", 6'7".
Wide receiver?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many defensive backs are as tall as you are?
Not many.
None of them.
I've been very impressed watching you. Not only is it when you catch the ball, because obviously your height puts you at a great advantage. And it takes a great quarterback to get you the ball there. And you have that, but it also takes the line to give you time. But I watch you once you get the ball in your hands. Talk to me about your thought process, the speed. Where does that come from?
Just watching Levi Nash run every day.
Well, again, you get that ball, and you're not afraid. Also, you're not necessarily avoiding contact either. So talk to me about that type of mindset that you have as a runner. The ball's in your hands, now what?
Well, I just, focus on catching it first, but after that, it's just, hit the first guy or whoever's in my way, just trying to get as much yards as I can.
All of you play defense as well, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an expectation in one of the smaller schools. So talk to me again about on the defensive side. Now, we'll start back on your side, Nick. Talk to me about your mindset defensively. Which position do you play?
Defensive end.
Yeah, so I understand why that's there, but talk to me about that's completely different mindset as you would as a wide receiver.
Yeah, well, I just started playing defensive end. I actually played like in the secondary freshman through junior year. Actually, my whole life, youth football, but I got moved to defensive end, and I like it a lot more. It's Coach Hollander does a great job, and just try to do my job. And I might not get all the stats and everything, but just try to do my job to help the team win.
And what is your job then as a defensive end typically?
Get your hands on, trapper, and make a tackle if you can.
Right. Your job is to tie people up so that your linebackers can fill.
Yep.
Absolutely. And Eli, talk to me about, are you on the defensive line as well?
Yeah, I'm a nose tackle.
So you're living in the trenches all day long?
Yeah. I don't got anything fancy. I just gotta take the big boys up front.
There I figured it out eventually.
That's better.
Okay. Yeah. So talk to me about it. So nose tackle. How does being the center help you play nose tackle?
It just gets me in the mentality overall. I know what my job is as a center, and when I'm lining up, I can think about what the guy across from me might be doing every single play, and it helps me anticipate a little bit about what I might have to do.
Xander, talk to me about your role as a leader on this team. I'm sure you don't see yourself as that, but just share the responsibility that you feel to make sure that your defense is performing.
I feel like that I need to be there for everyone to get set, because sometimes Ben Paul, the middle linebacker, he won't be listening. So I gotta go over and see what our defensive coordinator, Parker Cohn, I gotta see what he's calling to get the defense in and get them all in the right position and everything.
Let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about some of the games that you guys played this year. So talk to me about a little bit, Eli, about the excitement that you had in beating Oshkosh Lords at home.
Oshkosh Lords, I know, as always, even before I got into high school, Oshkosh has been one of those powerhouse teams. They have a few conference championships. They've had a couple of runs in state before, and we've always had a rivalry with Cambria, and I think we've developed one with Lords, and just being able to come back and beat them this year after beating them last year was ecstatic, especially to start conference off.
Yeah, I would say, again, that was one of the most excited that I saw you guys. Would you guys all agree that that was one of the big games that kicked things off for you?
I would definitely agree with that one.
Cambria.
And Cambria, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So talk to me about that rivalry game.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes back to coming off. We started the season non-conference, kind of rough. 2 losses, beat Lords, and then we going into Cambria. It's the biggest game of the season, honestly. Town is 5 minutes away from us, biggest rivalry, and being able to beat them, and not only beat them, but shut them out is just incredible.
Ashton, talk to me about last week against Johnson Creek. That's got to be another one of those rivalry types of games. A lot was on the line. So talk to me about the atmosphere. I wasn't there. I didn't get a chance to see it, so share with us.
The atmosphere was great. We went in. We were ready to hit someone. We wanted it. It didn't feel good losing to them last year. So we went in, tried our hardest, and we did. But then couldn't pull out.
Sometimes that happens, right? But again, I've been very impressed with how you guys have responded all season to the different types of adversity that's taking place. Okay, let's share some personal stuff. Pre-game meal. Favorite pregame meal?
I say, well, I always drink 2 Gatorade energy drinks before. But then also, I like to eat chicken and rice with sriracha before the games. Get me pumped up and fueled. So
It seems to work.
yeah.
Keep going on down the line.
I would eat just like some gummies, candy gummies, and some pickles so I don't cramp up. That's about it.
Gummies and pickles.
Pickles and
the
pickle
new
juice.
supper of champions,
Yep.
right? Pre-game meal. Okay, all of you moms get that all prepared out there. Figure out how to put that into a hot dish. What do you got?
I mean, I get the same thing every week. Double steak and cheese from Subway. Eat it at lunch, finish it like right before school ends, and I'm good.
Is that a superstition?
Basically, I'd say so. It's every week now.
As long as it's working, you're going to stick with it. Excellent. Eli, what do you got?
I don't really get to it every time now that we're in school, but the burrito from El Guacamole. And then I'm on the pickle kick with Ashton, too, so I don't be cramping.
It seems to work because you guys, there's a lot of you that are cramping out there. Nick, what do you got?
I just eat whatever, and then before the game, I eat a bunch of fruit snacks and a bubbler.
Very interesting, healthy choices that you guys are representing here as athletes. Just a little sarcasm every once in a while. Talk to me about who's got the most strange superstition on the team. Who would that be?
I don't know.
I would say Ben
Paul.
Paul. He wears
Ben
the
Paul.
same underwear every single game.
Same Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart underwear.
Pop-Tart underwear.
I had to make sure that got shared out there because I'm sure that Ben really appreciates that everybody's talking about his underwear. But I think somebody had wrote in here, but they're clean. So
They are clean.
that's good
They are.
to see.
I hope they're clean.
Anybody else have a strange superstition, or that's your number one?
He's the number one.
And the only?
Pretty much.
Excellent. Favorite memory so far in your football career? We'll start down by Nick. Come this direction.
Probably being Cambria. That was awesome.
This past year?
Yeah, this past
Coming
year.
from behind to win?
Yep.
Yeah. Beating number 8 in the state in a division that's down lower?
Yep.
Gotta love it. Go ahead, Eli.
Wait, from this year or just in
Your favorite memory? It could be youth.
last year, level 1 against Crivets was the craziest game I've ever played. I think we were down by 2 scores in the last quarter. To come back and win that, to advance to level 2 in the playoffs for the first time in a decade is unbelievable.
Yeah. I remember that game. It was really great.
I'd say my favorite is just every time I make a block and all of a sudden I see him running for a touchdown.
That's your favorite memory, no matter what.
Easily.
And you've seen a lot of those this year.
A lot.
That's awesome.
I'd say coming back and holding Cambria to 0 points and shutting them out.
That's incredible.
I'm going to piggyback on that. I'd say beating Cambria 22-0, and because they were averaging 50 points before that, and they had 0 on us. So, had a pretty good game that game, and it's always good beating Cambria.
Well, the bragging rights, they're just down the road, 4 miles or 6 miles? So, and you share some classes with some of them, so you get to have that opportunity to rub it in a little bit at least for the entire rest of your careers as seniors, right? All right, plans after school or after you graduate?
I'm gonna go to a college, either 4-year or 2-year, and then learn electrician after, be an electrician. And
awesome.
Same with what he said, but not electrician, architecture.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Levi. I'm gonna try and go to a technical school and become an electrician after.
Big bang.
Need 'em.
Big bang.
I'm planning on going to a 4-year college for something in the sciences. I'm not sure yet.
I'm planning to go to college for 4 years and go in business.
How many of you are multi-sport athletes? Anybody want to touch on that, about how important that is and how that's helped you be successful? Levi?
I know track has helped me gain speed, and because like freshman, sophomore year wasn't the fastest, and just doing track and putting in work over the off season and that, like basketball too, jumping just helps you stay in shape and stay an athlete, and yeah.
Anybody else?
Me and Mo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Basketball just helps you stay in condition, and footwork, it really translates over. So.
Yeah, you guys are using different muscle groups, which really make a huge difference on your longevity as well. Because I haven't seen out of this group. And I would say of anybody that we've talked to so far, there has not been a lot of major injuries that we see on our multi-sport athletes. So thank you for sharing your stories. Shout out to anybody, Nick?
My coaches and my family and my teammates.
Eli?
My parents, especially my dad, former football coach, raised me in a football household.
Me?
Yes, you.
Shout out to my mama.
Yes.
I would give a shout out to my parents and the coaches and the football team.
And
Shout out to my dad, my mom, and then Coach Chase for always believing in me, and every other single coach too. So,
you guys definitely have a special relationship as players as well as with your coaches. I've been able to see it all season that I've covered you, and I've covered you several different times last year as well, and it's been a pleasure for me to be able to come to Randolph. It's a special community, so I hope that you really appreciate everything that you've had so far. Thank you guys for joining us here, taking the time after practice. This has been several of our players here joining us from the Randolph Rockets football team and head coach Tom Chase. Again, let's give a hand to these young men for taking the time and sharing their stories.
I was about to start clapping.
We'll step aside. We'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream along with Justin. And we got Mayville coming up and Waupun to wrap things up. We'll be back.
UTV riding, hunting, or camping. The leaves falling in autumn, mowing lawn, gardening, or getting to that perfect nature walk. Enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall, snowmobiling, traveling, or just driving up and down your driveway, enjoy every day worry-free. Call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346-OUR-TIRE.
Born from a single project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. The cold storage industry is experiencing high demand and low capacity. WDS is building goodwill from the ground up through customized solutions. WDS is committed to outservice the competition and overdeliver for customers. A client-driven experience without question. Today, we're driven to be better in order to build better.
Come visit us today and discover the ease of your next home renovation. At Werner Harmsen, we offer a wide variety of furniture to suit any style and budget. Our selection includes sofas, chairs, tables, and more from classic to contemporary. Our pieces are crafted from high-quality materials. Looking for a statement piece or something more understated? We have something for everyone. The team at Werner Harmsen is here to help. Whether you're looking for design advice, product information, or support with your project, we're just a message away. Stop in and say hi at 116 East Main or call at 920-324-5091 or check us out on social media. King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion. PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Welcome back here to the Rock at Waupun. We're here with the Mayville football team. We're going to go down the line and introduce the guys. So, Jordan, why don't you start us off?
I'm Jordan Schlender. I play running back and free safety.
I'm Austin Thorson. I play wide receiver and DB.
I'm Bennett Schonger, and I just play O-line.
I'm Ryan Clark. I play quarterback and outside linebacker.
I mean, Jordan, you want to start with the question, or you want me to go first?
It's up to you. I'll let you kick things off here, Justin.
All right, I'll start with Ryan Clark. I mean, having a 135 passer rating in high school football, obviously with the style of offense you guys run, is unbelievable. And I mean, you really impressed me first off in the Laconia game when I had a chance to broadcast your game. You impressed me with your legs, and then you impressed me with your arm a little bit in the Lamira game, and you guys were just all over them offensively and defensively in that game. But nonetheless, I mean, another fantastic year for Mayville football. What can you say about it?
Yeah, definitely. With our offense we're running this year, we definitely don't get to pass as much as we have our run game. I try to make the most of it when we do pass. I enjoy passing and both handing the ball off to my running backs. So it's definitely been a fun year, and I always love being able to run the ball myself from time to time.
Mr. Schellinger, I mean, your offensive line this year has been really impressive to me. I've seen a couple games, obviously, but talk about your coaching staff and how they've been able to help you guys as an offensive line.
Yeah, we have a great offensive line coach, and Coach Knox really pushes us every day and really points out our flaws and what we got to work on every day. So, I don't know, just having him be there, and he has the iPad on the sideline going through our steps and helping us each and every way.
All right, I gotta see a name tag. I'm too far down the road. Yeah, you had defensively, you had a great defensive game against Lamira. I saw you. I mean, you made a couple great stops as a cornerback, and you're all over their receivers. Just talk about your defensive backfield and how you played overall this season.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty strong. I mean, we got me, Jordan, and then we got Joe, who's a younger guy. But, you know, going on our reads during the week, you know, our coaches set us up for success, and, you know, just working our butts off, and once our time to shine. A lot of teams don't pass the ball against us in the flyway, but when it is our time, we got to do the best we can.
Jordan, 10 touchdown runs this year and 3 touchdown receptions as well. Just a fantastic year. What can you say? I mean, obviously, he didn't get the ball as much as, say, Hardesty does in the backfield, but what can you say just overall about getting the ball and getting it in space?
Yeah, I would obviously say it starts up front with our O-line. They make my job super easy, and I can just read their blocks and kind of make those longer runs. But, I mean, obviously it helps when you got a guy like Sawyer to take a lot of attention on defense, and he'll get some great fakes, and even when he's not getting fakes, he'll cut off guys so I can kind of find a lane, and that just he's extremely unselfish player. Like, he can get all the carries, but I mean, when he's not getting the ball, he's still doing what's best for the team, and makes my job easier for sure.
All right, I'll send it down to Jordan.
You know, Ryan, you kind of mentioned it. Is it hard to stay patient? You know the wing T offense is always going to be a running offense, and you know, I'm happy to report that preseason, you know, Coach Hilber said last year was, I believe, disgusting was the word he used for the wing T. But I'm happy to report this year went a little bit better for you guys. But is it difficult to stay patient sometimes, knowing that you got Austin and you got Joran? These guys average like 20 yards per catch when you do get the ball in their hands in the passing game, but sometimes you just don't need it.
Yeah, definitely. It is hard to stay patient at times. I definitely have times where I want to throw the ball, but I have no problem with handing off the ball in times of need, and it definitely does well with our running backs. And like I said before, I just try to make the most of our pass game when we can.
Austin, what's your mindset as a wide receiver? Obviously a vertical threat for this team, and also someone, you know, if Ryan's ever in trouble, he can just throw it up to you, and you can kind of go up and get a rebound, if you will. Your mindset as a receiver?
I mean, most of the time on runs, you know, if it's an outside run, I got to block the DB. I mean, that's the difference between a 10-yard gain and a touchdown for us. So that's big, and we've been working on that a bunch. But you know, when it's my time, you know, I gotta make Ryan look good. I gotta make the rest of us look good. So you know, I gotta put everything out there, and whatever happens, happens.
This is for any of you guys in a smash mouth league, in a conference that I look from. For a lot of people outside looking in, I think you could say there's 3 teams from this conference that are in the postseason right now that could make legitimate stakes to be level 4 or further teams in the playoffs. what does it mean to be part of that conference? And then just this last 3 weeks for you guys in the battle that was Campbellsport, Lamira, Springs, Mayville, everyone beating up on each other these last couple of weeks. Got to imagine it's kind of nice to head into the postseason and knowing that Lamira's in a different division and Springs is in a different division. And I mean, you could still see Campbellsport in level 2, but you know, you can finally see some different opponents, different names on the chest of the other guys. Anyone want to take that one?
I'd just say in a way we kind of help each other out in the flyway. I mean, you're playing each other, you're playing, postseason level games every week. And those type of games are the games you're going to see later in the year, and definitely just prepares you for those situations, I'd say.
Yeah, my freshman and sophomore year, being on our JV and varsity here and there on the team for Mayville, we definitely did some good stuff back in the day when I was younger, and it definitely makes me feel good to be a part of that this year and living up to what our upperclassmen left for us, and just very happy to take it all as far as we've gone. And I feel like we've been working hard together as a team, and I'm proud of what we've accomplished so far.
Justin,
starting down the line, we'll start with Jordan here. Favorite memory so far from football this year or in your high school career?
I'd say for this year, it'd be just last week winning that milk can back and earning a share of conference. It was a big game for us, and we stepped up huge. But I'd say overall, my high school career would probably be getting to play at Camp Randall my sophomore year. Just an experience I'll never forget, and being able to play with some of the guys that were on that team, like Blake, Brad, Houston, those all-state guys that were just learned a lot from them, and such a blessing to play in that game for sure.
Austin?
I'm gonna have to say in our weightlifting class right now. I mean, we're lifting 4 days a week, and you know the whole team's together. So the team bonding and team chemistry is definitely a plus for us. So I've enjoyed that time with my fellow teammates.
My favorite memory from this year would probably be when we played Campbellsport, showing that it was like our first real game, so it showed that we could battle adversity, starting off, coming off 9-0 deficit, and then winning 15-0 and shutting them out the entire game other than the first couple drives. And then probably my favorite memory from my entire high school career is probably also playing at Camp Randall and learning from the likes of Zane Vetter, Houston Stagger, and just playing behind them and watching them and learning them.
Brian? My favorite moment this season especially was our Laconia game. It was one of my very first long rushing touchdowns. I had a blast doing that, and definitely a first time for me, and I had a blast doing that. And also our Lamira game was a very great accomplishment for me in my first year as quarterback, senior year, and I felt very proud of our team that night.
Really quick, Austin, you mentioned the weight room. Talking to Coach before the season, you know, one of the points that he said he made to you guys was, you know, you win that Lake Country Lutheran game last year if maybe you gave it a little more in the weight room. And you guys had 2 or 3 full weight cycles that you guys could be different players, different athletes at the end of the year than you were back in August. Think that's the case?
I would agree. I mean, we're breaking records, every week. Coach Hilbert said that last week, but we got guys ringing that bell, hitting new maxes every week. So I think, you know, not only are we improving, you know, physically, but it has to do something mentally too, to have that confidence going to the football game, you know, feeling strong. That's important too.
I got a great answer here from Jordan Schlender, who has the weirdest superstition.
Yeah, that's our teammate Logan Miller. He wears the same cheetah print underwear every week.
Does he wash them at least?
Oh yeah. I hope so. I sure hope so.
Any other good ones you guys got down there?
No, that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I saw somebody say something about somebody has to slide into the grass.
We got a lineman, Logan Streeta, every victory. We all huddle around and we let him take a penguin dive into our circle, celebrate a victory.
I just want to ask about how motivated were you guys this season? I did a little bit of research, but there never did Mayville come up as potential conference champions or potential even playoff qualifying team that I saw. How much motivation was that for you guys as you started your season and then continued to play?
Yeah, I would say it's nice for sure to be kind of under the radar, and I mean, getting to play, like, you don't have as much attention from other teams, and I mean, we were just kind of a sneaky team that kind of got it going at the start of the year, and I just helped us propel forward and keep the train rolling.
I would say it was also nice to finish last season and observe what we had to work on, and we made those changes in the postseason and really stressed on some new ways of our offense and defense this year, and really tried to put those into effect this year and just give it our best every week.
All right, we'll start with Ryan. Favorite pregame meal?
I would say a Gatorade and a PB&J.
I like a crispy chicken sandwich from Quick Trip and a I'm blanking right now. What have you? Oh, Pedialyte. Pedialyte, and then I always have some sort of energy drink.
Yeah, I'm a classic ham and cheese from Subway every Friday. So.
Yeah, I'll make my stops at Subway, make my stops at Quick Trip. Kind of depends on the day, but grab a liquid IV, fruit cup, maybe some nuts and fruit, and yeah, it's usually my pregame meal.
Plans after high school.
I gotta jump in before these guys. You know, there was a lot of snickering in the audience when Randolph was up here with the pickles and the pickle juice. Don't sleep on pickle juice. Great you will never cramp up. I promise you. The
mustard
salt
packets.
Guarantee you.
I'm a mustard packet guy. That's the hockey way. We use mustard packets. That
just
really works really well.
I'm just saying, don't sleep on the pickle juice till you tried it.
I was more caught off guard by the candy gummies.
No, that's keep your blood sugar up. That's
Absolutely.
a big thing.
That's one way to do it.
All right, plans after high school.
Like to go to a 4-year college and play a sport, basketball or football. Not really sure what. Just keeping the options open right now.
Yeah, I'll probably attend a tech school of some sort. Not sure what for or where, but we'll see where that takes me.
I want to go to a 4-year school for business and finance or marketing.
I intend to attend Iowa State University to study agricultural engineering.
Okay. You guys all 3 sport athletes, or we end?
Yeah, I play football, track, and then basketball.
Yeah, I play basketball and baseball.
I'm a basketball and track guy as well.
I'm just a football and baseball guy.
I mean, as Jeff has asked many a times, I talk about the fact that like being just a multi-sport athlete in general to keep you in shape for all sports.
Yeah, it's a big thing in Mayville. Coach Hilbert's really pushed that on us. If you're not a 3-sport athlete, he expects you whenever you have your off season, could be spring, could be winter, or fall. You're just in the weight room, and he makes sure we keep up with our weight training, and I mean, is always pushing us to just go out for multiple sports because it really does benefit you in every sport you play.
For me, the big thing is staying in shape. You know, basketball really helps with that, staying in shape. And, you know, I mean, obviously football and basketball is a little bit different of conditioning. But, I mean, football does prepare you for basketball and, you know, vice versa the other years. So.
Yeah, I mean, Hilbert stresses it a lot. Being a multi-sport athlete helps you. I mean, it helps with your speed, conditioning, strength if you stay in the weight room. Just helps you become a better all-over athlete because you learn all these different movements and how to use them. So.
Yeah, with me not playing basketball, I definitely I'm in the weight room all the time in the off season, and at least 3, if not 4 days a week, I try to make happen, and yeah, just keeping in shape, staying agile, and keeping myself ready to go for baseball and then football after that. So.
All right, anyone can answer this one. What advice would you give to a younger athlete?
I'd just say stay in the weight room as much as possible, you know, and trust your coach because they know what they're doing. So.
Anybody wants to shout out here?
Shout out my parents watching at home, and yeah.
Shout out my parents too, and then the coach and staff. I mean, they put endless amount of work in watching film and getting the game plan ready for us. So.
say shout out my parents and my fellow linemen, especially Weston Teeters, coming to a role this year unexpectedly and just shining. So playing great.
Shout out to my parents and grandparents for always believing in me and keeping me going in sports.
Talk to me a little bit about the Mayville community in general, about the support that they have, not only in extracurriculars, because everybody knows, we talked about it last week when we did the volleyball. The one team that you want to be cautious about playing, no matter what the records are, is Mayville, because you guys come to fight. But you've also got a strong backing within the school and within the community. So anybody want to touch on that and share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'd say one thing you look at is just our game last week at home against Elmira. The stands were packed like I've never seen before. I think Jordan mentioned in his post that he had a 5-minute walk to the field from wherever he parked. And I mean, just looking out, you could see our softball field, the whole parking lot was filled. And I mean, it was just an incredible feeling to have everybody there in such a big game and big moment. I think that really touches on what the community is for Mayville and Mayville football and just how everyone comes together for that.
Yeah, the stands were packed for senior night. That was an amazing night, surreal experience that we won't have again. And I had a blast playing, and the community's always there for us. They're always backing us up, and I love to see the numbers that we pull to the stands every Friday night. It's truly amazing.
Yeah, you can also see the culture of Mayville athletics taking a turn for the better. You know, our volleyball program is on the come up with Mr. Katz as a coach, and you can just tell that our basketball program is going to be pretty good this year. We have a bunch of athletes returning, so a bunch of young guys that show promise, and Mayville athletics has a really bright future.
I think our weight room is a big example of how our community has an impact on us. I mean, we wouldn't have the weight room we would have now if it wasn't for everyone on the school board and everyone in the community. So I mean, we're pretty fortunate to have a facility like that we're able to work in every single day. So
I want to thank you guys for taking the time. I know I got to get used to stop swinging the camera, Justin. Every time I do that, I'm trying to move the mic away. So, but I want to thank you guys for taking the time. You guys have done a great job of representing your school and your community. So thank you for taking the time. Congratulations on a fantastic season. And best of luck as you continue to move forward.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. This has been the gentleman here from Mayville representing their community and their school. And go Cardinals.
Let's go.
Roll Cards. Roll Cards.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we are with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead, building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you're looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Welcome to Werner Harmson's Kitchen and Bath, where your dream spaces come to life. Specializing in full remodels, custom cabinets, and exquisite countertops, we transform ordinary kitchens and bathrooms into extraordinary, functional masterpieces. Our expert team is dedicated to providing top-quality craftsmanship and personalized service, ensuring every detail reflects your unique style and needs. Whether you're updating your kitchen for a modern look or creating a spa-like retreat in your bathroom, we're here to turn your vision into reality. Visit us today to start planning your perfect kitchen and bath remodel. Werner Harmson, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social media.
Welcome back here to The Rock. Joining me now are the representatives and the head coach here for the Waupun Warriors. Coach Adrian Harmson, why don't you gentlemen introduce yourselves as we go down the line here?
Landon Potratz. I'm a lineman and linebacker.
Kyler Sanders, running back and linebacker.
Landon DeGroff, O-line, D-line.
Logan Pearl, wide receiver, strong safety.
So, Coach, I want to just talk to you a little bit about when you first came here, you knew you had your hands full, but one of the things I remember talking to you about is you had faith in what you would be bringing to the program, but you also had faith in the community and the kids. So talk a little bit about where this program has gone since you've been here.
I don't know. First, I'd like to say, I've helped in some regard, but in the bigger scheme of things, it's not just me. It is these kids, obviously. It's the coaching staff that comes along with me. It's never just one person, right? But where we started to where we are now, it's gone up exponentially. So a lot of that has to do with the class before these guys. This class here has been a huge stepping stone into where we want to be and where we're going to be in the coming years. For me, it's a huge thank you to these group of seniors, these juniors that are really stepping it up and really leading by example and really showing us where Waupun football can be. If we put in the time, if we put in the effort, it's really showing us, as a community, when we come together, when we focus on something, we can do something great.
Talk to me about how this season has progressed then. I got a chance to see you play Sturgeon Bay, and then I've been sent other locations, but very impressed what you did on that game, and it's just, it's been an amazing change with the conference change, but as well as just the pride that is within the program and within the community. So just talk to me a little bit about how this season has progressed for you as the coach.
Yeah, for me, this year, we're really looking at, our staff and what are we trying to do offensively, defensively, special teams-wise, really put in the time in the off-season. So that way when we hop into things right away this year, we're ready to go. We kind of know who we are offensively, who we are defensively, and special teams-wise. So a lot of that happened in the off-season. But right away we can see that hopping into action, against Sturgeon Bay, against New Holstein. Those games are really just, those warm-up games, getting all the simple mistakes figured out and just really getting fine-tuning things as we get into the actual season. And once again, a lot of that has to do with the senior class. Really setting and creating the culture and the standard for, how is practice going to be ran? The intensity that we're doing, what time are we getting out there, how practice is operated. A lot of that, coaches, we create the script, but these guys, they put that into action. They really control the tempo, they control the energy that we have at practice, and that's thanks to these guys here.
So let's start out with these gentlemen. So Landon, just talk to me a little bit about how your career here has progressed, and then maybe your favorite memories so far this season.
It's gotten a lot better over the years, especially this year, being able to make playoffs for the first time in a while. I'd say my favorite memory so far this year either would have to be last week making playoffs for the first time, or our pink out game. We had a big turnout and a lot of people came out and we had a little comeback win, so that was nice.
It's got to feel good to have the stands packed. Tell me what it's like, the culture in the school with the excitement. I can remember I was there when the playoff teams were there, so I know the excitement that was felt then, but I also was there when my son and it disappeared. And tell me what it's like now.
Yeah, it's transformed a lot. The last few years, it's been a lot of, Waupun football's a joke, this, that. Like, this year, they don't really say any of that stuff anymore. It's just they let us play ball and we show them what we got.
What was the motivation like when I saw the conference came out, and I have no idea where Travis Wilson got this stuff with, but if I remember correctly, Waupun was 7 behind Ripon.
Yeah, we were ranked second to last, I believe. Big thing we've been saying this year is flip the script. Like, that was one of the things that we saw. We decided, like, that isn't who we are. Like, we're gonna be better. They look at us last year, they never thought we would be where we are now. So every day we put on the whiteboard, flip the script, so we just know that we can be 10 times better than we were.
What's it like battling in the trenches and protecting so that you can throw the ball. Leading in the conference is Chase on the offensive side with the passing, and Logan's got the lead in the conference, I believe, with receiving as well. So talk to me about what that's like as an offensive lineman. You got to have some pride in that as well.
Yeah, it's been fun. We've come against some good competition throughout the weeks with their D-lines, and it's just been fun knowing that we got a good O-line that can protect our quarterback, and we can sling it whenever we want to.
All right, let's move down the line. Kyler, right?
Yep.
Kyler, so talk to me. What is your position again on the team?
Running back and linebacker.
So again, as the running back, so I'm gonna talk about the offense because I think the defense is there. I think it's starting to come along, and maybe Coach will disagree with me. I think he'll tell us that there's still room for improvement. He'll tell the same thing on the offensive side. But offensively, I've been very impressed that you've been able to have the answers. So talk to me again about what you have noticed as a change over the last couple of years in the running back position.
Well, yeah, going from last year, we didn't score very many points, and this year we were able to compete against teams a lot better, and yeah, it's a good change. The holes were made for the O-line. The O-line was blocking great this year.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So what is that relationship that you guys have with the offensive line? You guys get the glory, no doubt about it, right? Landon's not getting his name touted in there for having 6 pancake blocks or whatever it happens to be. You guys get that, but I also know that relationship. So tell everybody else out there, what is that relationship that you have with your offensive line?
Yeah, I thank the offensive line all the time. I mean, without them, we don't have a team.
And Logan, talk to me about your are battling on the offensive line as well, right? So talk to me about the difference that you've had so far. Is that correct? I'm sorry. Landon.
Yep.
No.
Logan Landon.
We got 2 Landons.
Yeah, we got 2 Landons.
Okay.
2
No
Landons.
wonder I'm so
Logan and
confused.
Kyler.
My apologies. Okay, Landon, you talk to me. Logan, I know you're not there. Landon, you talk to me about, again, how the change in the offensive line and the camaraderie that you have and your entire mindset when it comes to the offensive side of the ball.
I think it's a lot easier to be on the outside of the line. Like, me and Landon both play tackles, so I don't really know what it's like on the inside because I know it's pretty chaotic in the middle. I used to play guard back in middle school, but it's fine on the outside.
Yeah, but if you're getting the pressure, typically is not going to come right up the middle on a passing offense. It's going to be coming from the edge. So you've got to have some type of mindset and adjustments that you have to make sure that you're protecting, whether it's the blind side or not. You've got to make sure that nobody's coming off the edge.
I'm pretty good at containing the outside, I think. It's kind of like cat and mouse. You kind of just chase him wherever he goes because he can go way out or he can cut back in.
And go ahead.
I just feel like they do a pretty good job. What I've seen from the coaching perspective is communicating as a line. It's not just one player. Guys are calling out who they're picking up or recognizing those blitzes, allowing that running back to pick up that blitz in the pass game. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that's been leaps and bounds from last year, is really communicating, working together as a unit, that whole 5 front, 6 front, whatever it is. You guys have really been doing a great job of communicating and allowing each other to call out, who's got who and who's going to be taking on those blitzes and, where we're pinning and pulling and, things like that. You guys have exponentially grown.
Yeah, and I think that they don't see it as much as we see it because they're just doing their job, but part of their job to be successful is to actually work as a team and to be able to communicate. So that's one of the things I've noticed as well. I haven't had a chance to call the games, but I go back and watch them. I'm invested in Waupun as deeply as every one of you, so I'll spend the time. Logan, now you talk to me about on the offensive side, leading receiver in the conference, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
So talk to me about that. Where does that come from? I mean, yes, obviously you catch the ball from Chase throwing it, but it's just not that simple. So talk to me about how you attack the position of wide receiver for Chase.
Me and Chase talk quite a bit, just on and off the field. We watch film sometimes during the week. We talk about just little things, like if he can read a defender's over the top, then hit a back shoulder ball, or if I have him over the top, then float it over and let me make a good play on the ball. I think Harmson also helps that too. He's taught me a lot on leverage and when to make a move and how to make my moves. So yeah.
Talk to me about the camaraderie you guys have had. So you've been through the hard times. So it's got to feel really good that you've paid your dues. So talk to me about how that feels as a brotherhood here on this team. Each of you, go ahead, Landon. You can.
It's been a tough time the last few years. You know, we were in a good conference, a lot of good teams, and we felt disrespected coming into this year with the rankings and everything come out, and like we weren't ready to take that. So we figured just go out, ball. Like we knew this conference we were going to be able to compete, and we knew that there was a lot of beatable teams, winnable games, and we've hung in there in almost all of them. So.
Yeah, Kyler, tell me, what does it feel like? I mean, again, you were down here, right down, and now you're here. I know you'd like to be here, but that's got to feel great. Sharing it with, again, I'm going to tell them they're your brothers because you've all been through the same thing. So just talk to me about how that feels.
Yeah, it was a big change. The guys that are here, they've been with us for a while. The seniors, a lot of them have been playing with us for, ever since the youth program. And yeah, it was great.
It's got to feel good. I can see smiles. I don't think I would have seen this in the past. And it's not because of the lack of effort, because again, I've been in this program. Everybody works their tails off. But now that you've been able to put together the success and get everything rolling, it's got to feel good in the heart, right, Landon?
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about that. What's the relationship you have with these guys?
It's everything to me. We've played ball for 8 years now, not including flag, but, me and Pork always been on the line. Kyler's always been in the backfield. It's a brotherhood.
Logan, you've just joined here the last couple of years, but so you know what it's like at other schools and other programs. So tell me how it's felt for you to jump into this.
I mean, coming from Fondy, which is obviously like a football school, you come here, and I joined last year halfway through, and we were, like you said, bottom, not winning many games, and I think that this year, like Pork said also, just coming in and knowing we could win some games and playing with these guys, I've learned to love these guys in the community, and this community's been great to me and my teammates, obviously, especially like just fans coming out and supporting us, so it's great.
All right, so let's have a little bit of fun here. What's his strangest little quirk that he's got as the coach?
Harmson?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's got something that they can share out there about, every single time we laugh because Coach Harmson does, what is that?
I don't know. We have a little book club that we do so Wednesdays, and Harmson makes some funny comments during that.
Okay.
It's our leadership team. We're learning how to become better leaders.
See how respectful they're being to you? They're not even just standing up for that. How about some superstitions? Anybody, players on the team who has superstitions?
Hayden Reeder likes to go commando quite often.
Commando? While playing the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And he gets hit a lot.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
That is one tough guy, I would say. Anything else?
I'll chime in. I wear the same underwear every week. Every single week. I wash it, though. I
Thank
wash
goodness
it.
for that.
I wash
We
it.
appreciate that, because otherwise you could probably just jump off the bench and stand into them. But
Yep.
That's great that you do that. But where does that come from? Is it all your other sports that you do as well? That's
Yep, my mom, she's over there. She started my superstition when I was a little kid playing baseball, and I just kind of always find something every sport,
Yeah, awesome. Favorite pregame meals?
I like
Landon.
I like pasta a lot, and then I always get some Gator Light before the game, and I'll down a couple pickle juice before the game so I don't cramp up.
This pickle juice stuff, huh? Right?
Yeah.
Kyler, what's your favorite pregame meal?
I like to go with a chicken sandwich from Quick Trip, and then I need 2 Pedialytes. I need 2 of them.
Just 2?
Yeah, only.
Okay, all right. Landon?
Emily Ramirez's mac and cheese. Shout out, Emily.
I saw that on there, so it must be something special.
That's very good.
Okay.
She makes a burger, I throw it on the burger.
Gotcha.
Pretty good.
Logan?
I don't eat much on game days, but if I would have to eat, it'd be like a banana and peanut butter sandwich with
With pickle juice.
Little bit. Sometimes honey and cinnamon, dude. That's good stuff.
Yeah, sounds like it. So let's talk a little bit about future plans that we have going on here. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about some advice that you have so you can start to think about that as well. So we'll start on this end this time. So Logan, what are your future plans after you graduate from high school?
I'd like to go play a sport at the next level.
Whichever one you get the opportunity in. So share while you're doing that right away. What other sports do you play?
I play baseball and basketball as well.
And your favorite? Coach Harmson's not listening, so that's okay. You can tell
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
there's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. I love them very dearly. I think football has definitely grown a lot. It's something I would love to go play at the next level for.
I can tell you that it's within the season. Usually that's the conflict that happens. So you're talking to a three-sport athlete here, and my son has been that three-sport athlete. If you ask him in the winter, it's hockey. If you ask him in the spring, it's baseball. If it's ask him now, it's football. So that does not surprise me at all. Landon, what's your plans?
The main goal is to be a heavy equipment operator, either at like Central Cable or Michaels, anywhere like that.
Yeah. I think it's a great career path. Yep. Kyler?
I've been thinking about going to college for business, but I'm not sure yet. Still undecided.
You have time. Don't let anybody think that you have to make that decision right now. So you focus on enjoying your rest of your high school career. Yeah. Your plans will come to you, believe me. Landon?
I'm looking at going to a 4-year for kinesiology, looking to go for physical therapy.
That sounds awesome. You can fix me then when you get done, because I've got enough of those injuries that are plaguing me. So a three-sport athlete, three-sport. Tell me your other sports.
I play baseball and basketball.
Tyler?
Football, wrestling, and track.
I wrestle.
How important is it to you guys that you be three-sport athletes?
I'd say it's huge. Like, got to stay in shape year-round, so that's a big thing. Like, there is no off time, so once you're done with one, you're ready for the next. And the big thing is, like, summer, a lot of people slack off, but we got Legion and stuff, so like you're able to stay in shape that way, and morning workouts and all that type of stuff is great for you.
Anybody else?
For wrestling, I think that helped me a lot with my tackling in football. So, and track and field, of course, helps with speed. I mean, everything just goes hand in hand.
A lot of people don't know I coached wrestling for 20 years. I was fortunate enough to have state qualifiers and be able to coach somebody in the state championship. And the one thing that, besides that fact that it helped you tackle, is the confidence that you have that I can take on anybody and feel comfortable doing it one-on-one. So my shout-out will be for wrestling. And I shared the story. I was devastated when my son decided to play hockey because I still can't stand on a pair of skates to save my soul. And I thought for sure I was going to have a state champion coming through the family. And he did, but it just didn't happen to be in the sport that I was expecting. So let's talk about your favorite advice that you would give to somebody who's younger about what they need to be successful. We'll start it down here with Logan. Go ahead.
Just work hard. I mean, if you love something that much and you work hard for it, I think you can achieve what you want.
Great advice. Landon?
I think dedication. If you're dedicated to something and you lock in, you can do it.
Great.
Yeah, I feel like the same thing, dedication.
Landon?
I'm a big don't wish your time away guy. Like, if you're too busy wishing your time away, like, focus in. Like, I wish I was older. I wish I was this, I was that. Like, you aren't going to be as successful as you want to be in the moment.
Okay, shout-outs real quick. We'll start in the middle this time. We'll let Kyler go ahead. Shout-out. Who do you want to give a shout-out to?
On the team?
I don't care who. It's your chance. You shout out to anybody you want.
Chase Beam, our quarterback.
Yeah.
Perfect. Landon?
My team, my parents, and Emily Ramirez.
There you go.
Logan?
I'd have to say my mom, my dad, probably Harmson for listening to all the crap I always tell him.
And Landon?
I'd say family, coaches, teammates, everybody that's there supporting me throughout the way. So,
Coach, you get the unique position here to still be up here with your boys. So here's an opportunity for you also. And I know that you do this already, but what do you want to tell the community about what you have going on with especially this group of seniors?
Yeah, you know, just to the community, just first off, I want to thank them. You know, with the turnouts that we've had at the game, it's truly been something that has not been seen here in a while. And something these guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but you know, just this season, your wins this season, you've had more wins this season than I've had my entire high school career, right? My entire high school career, you've had in one season. So, you know, if you don't see that, if you don't recognize that, and, you know, going to playoffs, some of these kids weren't even born the last time Waupun has gone to playoffs. So for them, it's something a little bit different where it's like they don't quite grasp the intensity of it for those of us that have been here for those tough times. But sorry for that rant there, but getting back onto the community, you know, first things first, you know, thanking the community, you know, for everything that they've done for us, whether it's coming to the games, helping out. I've had multiple people reach out and ask, like, how can we help? You know, they've definitely wanted to help, and that's been awesome, you know. And so I really want to say thank you, and truly mean thank you to all those people that are willing to put in the time, willing to see that, you know, the effort that the coaches put in, the players put in, and then, you know, just for the community, just like, hey, we'd love to see you. You know, Mayville's, you know, 20-something minutes away on Friday. It's not too far, so we'd love to have a big crowd there for a blackout game, you know, first playoff game in 17 years. So we'd love if we could have community come support us one final time here, and hopefully again after that. So, you know, thank the community so much. And, you know, these guys, they see it too. You know, I'm kind of talking for them here, but, you know, everything that we've done so far this year, it's not been one person or one player. It has been a community. It has been a coaching staff. It has been a group of kids, a group of young men here that have really put us together, put us in the position that where we're at now.
So I'm going to let you guys do the same thing. I mean, how have you felt the change or the culture or the support that you have within the community? And we'll start this time with Landon. So
the change has definitely been a positive change. Just for the pink out game, I mean, stands were packed. I mean, there were hardly any room left.
Logan.
I just love this community, man. This community's great. Like coming here as a newcomer, and people are just very like welcoming, and it's a great feeling, especially on Fridays. Other sports too, like it's a baseball community as well, and people just love to see us win. When the Warriors are winning, it's a great community.
Landon.
Sport's been unreal this year. Like they've been saying, the pink out game was an amazing turnout. We had a lot of money fundraised for the awareness, and like all our games, they've been packed to the stands. And like our homecoming game, we had a little tight game there, and that last snap, like you couldn't hear the cadence because it's just so loud in the atmosphere. Like it's just, you get chills just thinking about it, like it's something you've never seen before.
And you're never going to lose that feeling ever that you have it. So Kyler, you get to wrap it up on the feeling of the community that you have here.
Yeah, it was a big change. Like the audience was like twice the size, and it was so loud. Again, the last snap of the homecoming game was loud. But yeah, it was great.
I want to thank all of you guys for taking the time to come and share with the community here. And I really do, we know, we've been here for a while, and you guys also know, and some of your others, this community does step up, especially you do see it with whatever the pink out happens to be. It's huge. And there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes that you will start to feel as you get older here in Waupun. But you guys have been amazing representatives for this program and for this community, and I wish you great luck on Friday. And I definitely am hoping that the Waupun Warriors will come out with their first playoff victory in forever. This has been the Waupun Warriors here, great representatives again, and Coach Adrian Harmson. So thanks for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. We'll step aside, we'll come back, and we'll do a little wrap-up show, but great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
PT Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service, serving Central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today 920-346-TIRE. Ready to update your flooring? Luxury Vinyl plank the beautiful look of hardwood with the resilience and low maintenance of vinyl, laminate flooring that combines elegance and practicality, or transform your home with the warmth and comfort of carpet. Check out our premium hardwood flooring. Consider tile for both indoor and outdoor spaces, offering water resistance and easy maintenance. The team at Werner Harmsen is here to help. Whether you're looking for design advice, product information, or support with your project, we're just a message away. Werner Harmsen, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social media.
Welcome back here to The Rock. Again, I got to give a shout out quickly to the parents for taking the time to come down here and spend here and watch the young men represent their communities well. I really appreciate that. I also got to give a shout out. I can't see Caleb right now, so I'll yell out as loud as I can, but I want to thank Caleb Gluen here and The Rock for being our hosts once again. What a fantastic showcase. Justin, I don't know what your thoughts were about the showcase tonight.
I thought it went really well tonight. We got to see obviously the local teams that we've obviously covered the most this year so far, but I'm excited to see what these teams have going forward in the next couple weeks for me. And then it's good to get these kids up here and not just have to talk about football. I mean, right now it's a tough time of the year. The pressure's on, and right now they're just they get to be a little relaxed up here.
And we are meeting our purpose. Part of our purpose was to make sure that that the communities get a chance to see the great things that are happening with the young people. And these guys did a fantastic job of representing in their communities. So again, I want to give a shout out to everybody and all the programs that came to spend some time with us tonight. I also want to continue to thank our sponsors. This does not happen without our sponsors. And I did not run any of my ad today. I did not run the Rock ad. We'll run that Rock ad as we close up here. But again, thanks to Caleb Gluen here at The Rock for allowing us this opportunity. I know that this is not a preview for playoffs. We don't want it to be, but all of these teams are still alive for one more day, with the exception of Laconia. And Laconia has a team who could have made it into the playoffs if they were not having to play Mayville, Campbellsport, Lamira, and Springs.
And 4 straight weeks.
In 4 straight weeks.
And WLA.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, they're just, that flyway conference is loaded with talent, and it forces it's a difficult opportunity for teams to get in there. So when they do break through, they have to celebrate. But they still, if I remember correctly, overall, they were 4-5 on the season for Laconia, and that's a great season for being here in the flyway. We're going to be at Randolph, or sorry, not at Randolph. We will be at Ithaca, covering Randolph for Radio Plus. I will be at Oakfield covering them playing against Highland. So we've got
Green. You'll be in Spring Green.
Yeah, we've got some good drives to get where we're going to get to. But Radio Plus again is going to be covering them. Radio Plus has got the Mayville and the Waupun football game covered.
It should be a great matchup.
It should be a fantastic matchup. I know people are saying that, well, it's a 2 versus a 7.
It's
Waupun
not a 2-7.
is hungry.
It's not a 2-7. And that's my opinion on it.
Right.
I've went back and watched a couple of the Waupun games. It's not a 2-7 game. Waupun could have gotten higher than a 7 seed in my personal opinion, but
the computer spits out what the computer spits out.
Exactly. I mean, and truthfully, again, we can go off that. Mayville could have got a 1 seed too.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and again, I can't thank the young men enough. I think they did a fantastic job of representing their communities. Justin, again, I thank you constantly. You know that, hopefully by email. I cannot be successful with my running of my purpose with this business without having you here to help me out. And along the same way, if anybody out there is looking for it, I hire students to come and run cameras with us. We train them how to do so. And if you would like to be part of this team, reach out. My email is livestreamjeff@gmail.com. We'd be glad to have you come and join the team. I don't pay a lot, but I do compensate you for your time, and I hope that we provide you with a life skill that will help you be successful later on. And that comes again and again. Justin doesn't get a lot of accolades for this, but Justin, I can't tell you how many of the 5 students that we have working for us, how many of them tell me how much they enjoy working for you and the patience that you have in teaching them and helping them be successful.
I get that off of you. Because, I mean, how much we struggled in the beginning when it was just us two when we were doing it for Radio Plus at the time. It takes patience with this stuff. But I do want to say, for those listening, tomorrow night we do have volleyball.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
I'll be at Laconia and you will be doing CWC.
And those will be on Jeff's live stream, so right here on this channel. And we're going to follow those teams all the way through, hopefully all the way to state, because I think both teams are fantastic. And it's not to take away from, I just don't have the people, because we watched Randolph play. Randolph's got a good volleyball team.
I mean, they're out of conference schedule. We talked about it when we were here. It was unbelievable.
Absolutely. And Waupun, their volleyball team is doing awesome this year as well, and they just got their first victory. Mayville, you heard the kids talk about. So, and we've covered these teams. We covered Oakfield. Oakfield got their first win. They're a dangerous team, too. I don't want to be sitting facing against Georgia Hoffman. So we've had the privilege of doing that. We've been able to meet our purpose. And, again, our purpose is 2 major ones. Number 1 is to bring glory to God, and I think that we do a good job of doing that. And number 2 is to make sure that we are able to share what's happening within the community and to cover these events to create memories for kids and for families and for the school.
I should have answered that for a live on-air ad with that was Mayville's defensive coordinator who was calling.
Well, again, we thank everybody for spending with us. We know that we're well over our time, but again, thank you to Caleb Gluen here at The Rock for allowing us to use his facilities. Justin, thanks again.
Yeah, we'll see you. I mean,
tomorrow night. We're going to be back together again, and we communicate a lot, but I hope that everybody truly has enjoyed our broadcast here, and every single day I am thankful to my Savior for allowing me to have the privilege to be able to do this. So I thank God every day that I have sponsors who have helped us jump in, and if you have an interest in helping us continue to meet our purpose and our mission, just reach out. We'd be glad to share that with you. It's been Jeff Sauer here with Justin Schwartzmiller here on Jeff's live stream, here for the football player and team showcase event here from The Rock. Take care. God bless. Hey, we can't wait to see you at some of this WIAA playoff stuff. It's been amazing.